So, now you know why. How did it all come about? Welcome back to the Stratosphere. Well, obviously, having moved to the United States of America, Arizona in particular, things were about to get a little bit more complicated, I guess. Well, at least everything apart from vehicle testing, because we don't do that in Arizona. And basically, if it's got 4 wheels and it goes along, you're good to go. Oh, sorry, and or 2 wheels. But in terms of logistics, it was likely to get more complicated. But nevertheless, this is where opportunity reared its head. Oh, I think I said in the last video, some people don't like wedgie-looking cars. My wife at the time was one of those. She said if I ever got a Stratos, she'd divorce me. And so it came about. Not sure which came first, chicken or the egg, that usual question. So no sooner were papers signed and I was off to San Diego, California to pick up an Alfa Romeo 164. This one, to be precise. Not the best example of its mark, but nevertheless a nice car to drive actually. Interesting vehicle. I'd already put down my deposit with Craig at Lister Bell because at the time they had a 3-year waiting list. Now it's a 5-year one, so good luck with that. The very next year I took a trip to Europe with my new wife, altogether more amenable to just keeping me happy really. After spending the weekend at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, we headed back to the UK and took the opportunity to go and see Craig. He took me out for a spin, which I'll let you enjoy in a minute, and then we sat down to discuss specifications. And so the wheels were set in motion. 2 years later, something might arrive. Sorry, make that 3 years. And around September time of 2021, I think it was 2021, we started the whole shipping process. Craig had his crating and shipping people in the UK. He put me in touch with some guys in the US who were amazingly helpful. I think I've still got their contact details if they're of any interest to anyone. Very helpful people, and everything went quite smoothly. Well, until the Phoenix customs delivery place. Anyway, imagine my delight when I got the news that I could collect my package on Christmas Eve, no less. Here's what the car looked like when it rolled out of Lister Bell. Obviously they're not the wheels I have because they're yellow and mine are gold. The wheels were being shipped separately from Italy, direct from the manufacturer. And that's because this is the best way to do it. Logistically, from a legal point of view, in the USA. Yes, indeed. The nitty-gritty of the how-to. So, despite the fact that Lister Bell had basically put the whole chassis together with all the brakes and everything else, the entire interior, it was shipped as car parts, which of course, legitimately it was. It had no wheels, it had no engine, and so it arrived. Like I said, loading the box onto the trailer at the Phoenix Airport Depot, thanks to Laurel and Hardy here, was a little scary. Narrowly avoiding disaster, and as you can see, Mike managed it much better all on his own. There is an entire video of us unboxing the car. If you'd like to see that, it's the first in this series. So do tune into that, it's kind of fun. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Rex Chalmers of Alpha Sport had been very busy rebuilding the engine. And that's pretty much how it all came about. A dream come true. Well, I mean, then there was a whole build part of it, obviously, which is all history now, and lots of videos for you to watch if you're new to this channel. So let's recap how to own a Listobel Stratos, particularly in the USA. Number one, optional, of course, divorce. Number two, decide whether you're going to go for kit or turnkey, like I did, where Listobel do all the hard work of putting the chassis together, brakes, bodywork, interior, etc. I, of course, would recommend the latter for several reasons. Firstly, there is a 5-year waitlist regardless, and I don't think them putting it together actually makes a lot of difference to the time. They actually bill 100 hours for doing so, and I can guarantee you it will take a lot longer than that to do that bit on your own. Not least of all because, as far as I'm aware, there is no kind of instructions as to what goes where and how to bolt this to that. I may be wrong. Either way, your wheels are going to come direct from Italy. You can get the gauges direct from Speed Hut here in Utah, USA. And for God's sake, get the GPS speedo, because it'll save you a lot of aggro. Source your motor, whatever it may be. If it's an Alfa Romeo, you're probably likely to end up with a 12 valve like I did if you find it in the USA. If you want to import one from Europe, you can go for the 24 valve. Or if you want to be sacrilege, you can get a Toyota motor and throw it in. Yes, it will have more power and be more reliable, but it's not Italian. And then all you've got to do is throw the motor in and hook it all up and get it working. So allow another year for that. Unless, of course, you've got nothing better to do. And do make sure that you have the expertise, either yourself or on hand, to deal with all kinds of weird and wonderful things. So if you are thinking of building one, I look forward to seeing it one way or another in 2030 if I'm still around. Or if you're lucky, you can find one to buy. And good luck with that, because they don't come up for sale very often. Most people who've got one aren't in a big rush to get rid of it. And somewhat ironically, especially in the case of left-hand drive. Most of these replicas, recreations, are built in the UK and therefore right-hand drive. And then, of course, there's the whole question of cost. If you Google it, you'll probably find some silly numbers which don't make any sense at all. I'm not sure Listobel have a price list out there at the moment, and or Hawk Cars. And of course, it all depends on how much of the work you're going to be doing yourself. If you're going to get the engine rebuilt, or just throw it in and hope for the best. But I would honestly say that you need to budget for between $75,000 and $100,000, depending on how much of the work you're going to be doing and how much shop involvement you're going to require. So if you've got 7 years and 100 grand, go ahead. If you've got $500,000 plus, then knock yourself out and buy an original. It's not built as well as these are, and doesn't handle as well either. That said, I do know of 2 that are currently for sale in the US. So if you're interested, email me at tink@tink.cloud, and I can put you in touch with the guys that are selling them. Well, I think that just about covers it. So as always, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, subscribe down here somewhere. If I did miss anything, obviously leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you thought the video was any good, give it a thumbs up and encourage others to watch my lunacy.